Hello everyone, I'm Stacy and this is the For Bricks and Giggles YouTube channel. For today's build, I have a pirate set 6277 Imperial Trading Post from 1992. So let's get started. Alright, so here we have the completed build. This set is right around 600 pieces and comes with 9 minifigures. And if you watched my last video, you knew this set would be the next one on my list to review. I love it so much, I can't believe I own it. It was a fantastic, fun build. It's so much larger than I thought it would be in person. Luckily, I have actually freed up a few more shelves for display. I had previously only had 2, and I now have almost 3 whole shelves to display sets on. Or I should say like shelving units, like floor to ceiling shelving units. And since I just built all of these pirate sets for my last video to rank my top 10 pirate sets, I'm definitely going to have a few shelves devoted to just pirate sets for the time being. And of course, this one is going to be one of them. So before I get too excited about reviewing this, I'm going to go ahead and show you the minifigures first. So this set does come with 9 minifigures. First up, we have one of my favorite minifigures from this set, the Imperial Guards Admiral. A pretty rare minifigure that's only come in a couple of sets. And of course, anything vintage pirates is going to be valuable, but I particularly love the bicorn hat with a really nice printed pattern. They have recreated the bicorn cap with a similar pattern, I guess for the Eldorado Fortress. So it is really nice to see a similar pattern in a current set. Also a super amazing torso design. Next up we have the Imperial Guard Officer. This face pattern was super common around this era and is definitely a classic, and of course so is the torso. Next up you get 2 of the Imperial Guard soldiers. Love the entire minifigure for this guy. Love the contrasting blue and red. Comes with the non-opening backpack and great headgear piece. And then there are 5 of the pirates. They're all relatively similar, so I'll go through them pretty quick. Here's the first one. Again, pretty similar, just some different colors. Another pretty similar pirate with just a different headgear piece, a little bit different colors. Always like this wrap bandana headgear piece, very indicative of the time. This guy's just a little bit different as far as colors go, and then he also has the eye patch, which is just a little bit different as well. And finally, we have my other favorite minifigure from this set, and definitely my favorite pirate from this set. I didn't realize how rare and valuable he was until I got this set. Individually, he's starting at like $50, which is crazy. But it all comes down to the super rare and unique torso pattern for him, which of course is what makes him my favorite minifigure from this set. So excited to finally see him in person and have one in my collection. And of course, it goes without being said that all the minifigures from this set are amazing. Alright, as for the rest of the build, there is no speed build for this one because it was such a large set, I really didn't have a way to record it. Usually a 32 by 32 base plate is about the largest set I can record for a speed build, and this is twice that size, so just wasn't able to fit it into a video. But I did have an amazing time building it, and when sets are this large, I tend to ramble anyways, so not to make this video insanely long, it probably works out that I wasn't able to record the speed build for it. So I'll kind of be taking things apart and moving them around so that I can get you all the best view of all of the parts of this set. But first we'll start with this little ship over here, and then we'll get to the rest of this gigantic build. One thing I'd like to say about this ship before I forget is that when LEGO released the Eldorado Fortress in 2023, they actually included a build of this ship with that set. So the original Eldorado Fortress didn't come with a ship that looked like this. It just came with 2 of the little boats, like one red one brown one, I think. So I thought it was really interesting that they included this ship when they did the remake. I was lucky enough that I got the Eldorado Fortress remake, the 2023 version, from my parents for my birthday, and I'm not sure when I'll have time to build the entire set, but I thought I might just build the ship part from it and compare the 2 of them and see how similar they are. They actually look quite a bit similar in the photos, so I just thought that was interesting. I would assume that means they will not be remaking the Imperial Trading Post, because I don't think they would steal the ship from that if they were just going to remake it later. I could be wrong, but I just thought that was really interesting. So obviously this is an amazing build. I love the cloth sails for this that are kind of that tannish brown color. Very unique, doesn't really resemble many other sets. Also a fairly unique pattern for the sail as well. I like the barrel in the center. It's kind of interesting, as well as this crown at the top. The color scheme is really nice. I like the white at the bottom, and then you've got some red, some yellow, again with the flags at the top, just a little bit different, and the size is great. Not too big and not too small. It does have some weaponry here in the middle. This piece does move up and down. This piece right here lifts up. And there is a barrel below there. The barrel does contain a couple of these round 1x1 yellow plates, but there are also chrome gold coins included in this set. So I didn't want to forget to mention those either. This set was obviously played with. It's in really good condition, but it was played with, so I was very surprised that the chrome gold coins are still sealed in bags and still attached to the sprue. All three of them were like that. I wonder if they were worried about losing them, they didn't ever open them, or if they did lose them, and then when they went to resell the set they had to buy more and they just happened to get ones that were brand new. Either way, it's super cool to see them still on the sprue, so I wanted to show those before I took them off. Sometimes when parts are still new on the sprue, I will keep them that way and just add in used ones. I don't know what makes me do that, but we'll see if I actually end up opening these or just adding some chrome gold coins from my collection, because I do tend to hoard those. Anytime I find them in bulk lots, I always keep them for cases like this. So this set does come on 2 base plates, one of which is raised and one is just a regular flat 32x32 base plate. The raised base plate does actually come in one additional set, which is the original Eldorado Fortress. That set is also rare and expensive, so this base plate is rare and expensive. It's also notably a very fragile base plate. Some people even call it a crap base plate, which is a crummy ramp and pit plate. There are some really kind of mean names for Lego parts in the Lego community, like Lerps and Burps, or Little Ugly Rock Piece, or Big Ugly Rock Piece. That one I never got because I love those pieces, but there are some funny acronyms for different parts within Lego, which I always think is interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and separate these two so you can see them a little closer. We've got the ramp there in the front. I do love the pattern for this base plate. There's another similar version that has some green mixed in with it, but is the same kind of water and rock pattern. I always think Lego does a great job with the patterns for base plates. We've got a large classic palm tree, as well as a cannon, and that is the kind that will actually launch the little cylinders. So there are little cylinders stashed throughout this set. They also give you a lot of these so that you can actually load the cylinders into the cannons, which obviously isn't necessary but is nice for a playable feature. See if that actually shows up. Works really well. Be careful around your family and friends or anyone within the vicinity. After I finish recording, it's always fun for me to try and find where I launch these different items within my room. I love the color scheme of this set. Same for the Imperial soldiers, but with blue. I love the red accents, and then the yellow pieces also pop a lot in these sets. For me personally, less color is always better. Always going to be the biggest fan of those original sets before all the new colors were added in or all the color changes happened. It's just my favorite way to see Lego. So at the top, we have one of the classic cross-cannon flags. There are also a few of these patterned panel pieces. So there's one here. There's also one right here. A couple of different pattern designs. A great string reel piece in the front. So when you have this attached to the other section, this part can be used to pick up treasure chests on and off the boats, and it works really well. Nice use of a hose piece there, kind of different. It's a little bit difficult to see, but here in the back there is kind of like a drop bridge that will connect the two pieces. So you can let boats come through this way if you want to, or you could also use this as part of the dock or to prevent boats from leaving or entering. There's also another string piece here in the back. Not 100% sure what these are supposed to represent, or if they're just supposed to be the parts you load into the cannons, but those are there in the back as well. And finally on this end, you can keep people or things in the pit below. So that does open up, and they already have these yellow bricks attached to these little loops. I don't know if these are supposed to represent gold or what the actual purpose of these are, but either way, you could definitely make a ton of those because they're super simple pieces. This end is a little more simple. You just have this great little boat here, another amazing cloth sail. Lots of playability with these little boats though. And then the majority of this build is just the dock here around the edge. Got a cannon there on the end, treasure chest, another printed panel piece. Love the these doors. That's a part I would love to see come back. And just a really nice kind of simple lookout build here. Again, just love the use of yellow in this set, especially all of those great yellow arches holding up the dock. The nice thing is that LEGO is still making these blue 32 by 32 base plates, as far as I know. Usually see them for like $7 or $8 maybe. A lot of times they are on sale though, and you can get them for $5 or $6. So you could build this out to be a much larger set if you wanted to. Honestly, just keep on adding 32 by 32 blue base plates and create an entire ocean. And it would only be like $20 or $30. And your set is suddenly 3 times the size it currently is. So if you have a lot of display space, I would definitely recommend that. Unfortunately, this set is super expensive and rare to get today. I think it's currently going for at least $400 for a complete copy. I mean, I get it. The minifigures are expensive. There's a lot of rare parts, sales, raised base plate, printed pieces. So the price makes sense to me. This has been on my bucket list for many, many years, and I'm so happy to finally own it. If this is on your bucket list too, then I highly recommend it. Sets like these I'd get over a current set any day of the week, and you really can't beat classic pirates. If this specific one is out of your budget, then I would definitely check out some of the smaller Imperial Guard sets. While they are still going to be pricier, obviously they won't be this expensive, and the Imperial Guards have some truly amazing sets. So if it's not this one, then I highly recommend getting at least one set from the Imperial Guards line. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. And if you're interested in extra videos and content, check out the membership program starting at only 99 cents a month. There are already over 45 episodes available. See you all next time.